A long time ago, in a galaxy far, far away.
So tomorrow, they're going to go back to negotiations with AMPTP, the Actors Guild, a Screen Actors Guild. And it appears this weekend, since George Clooney and Scarlett Johansson tried to find a smooth path to an agreement, it appears that when that happened, pressure was put on Fran Drescher, etc., to go back to the negotiating table. Clooney is not one of my favorite people. I think he's a terrible actor. He's one of those people that got where he got because his aunt is Rosemary Clooney. Okay. He has been in a movie or two that I've liked. The movie Monuments Men I thought was good, and the reason why is because, of course, Bill Murray was in it. Scarlett Johansson was one of his team members on that Zoom call they had, saying basically they would pay for the big stars would actually foot the money to make up a lack of funds for the health, etc., benefits that SAG offers to actors that are not quite at that level. I don't think it's an unreasonable request, but again, the negotiating committee headed by Fran Drescher, who sees herself as Norma Ray, said no. But this led to something.
Where were you?
I was at the movies.
But I've got news for you. Copernicus called, and you are not the center of the universe.
This is Melissa Gilbert. She is the former president of SAG. Ronald Reagan was president of the Screen Actors Guild. Okay. She didn't really have any of these troubles that Drescher is having because she understood how to negotiate. And she called out the Guild for their idiotic rules on Halloween costumes. Okay. And here's Bob Iger. We don't know if he's going to be at the negotiations tomorrow. I would say he probably will be. Look, just today, Matt Bellany was on CNBC, basically on the Squawk Box, basically saying that the studios will not be making any money for a while because of this strike. They need to get this done so people can get back to work. What is the rule of business? The business of America is business. The business of filmmaking is making money, making good films that have a lot of that have good dialogue, good stories, good streaming shows. And if the actors aren't going to be there, they can't make any announcements. They can't move forward on decisions. Here's Ted Sarandos, the co-CEO of Netflix. He was the one that was quoted saying that the ask of $1 per subscriber to Netflix for SAG was a bridge too far. And what's interesting is that they did the exact same thing that the Writers Guild did. And what happened with the Writers Guild is that the Teamsters said enough is enough. Get back to work. And they did. They actually made a deal that they should have made in May or April, okay? And well, that's what's probably going to happen with SAG now, okay? And here's the lesson to be learned. When you let a narcissistic woman with delusions of grandeur like Fran Drescher take over a power position like president of the Screen Actors Guild, you will probably not get what you want as a member of the Screen Actors Guild, okay? Because it is going to be about her. She envisions herself as Norma Ray. She thinks she's doing this for the little guys. And at first she was, but the telltale sign that it all went to her head was the $1 per subscriber ask of the CEOs. And they were like, no, and they walked out. A bridge too far. Now she and her fellow negotiators are under enormous pressure by people like George Clooney, Ben Affleck, Scarlett Johansson, and even being called out for being stupid by Melissa Gilbert, who is a much better president of the Screen Actors Guild. So I suspect we may see an agreement happen soon, which would help a lot in things I think Star Wars fans are wondering out loud about what's going on with Lucasfilm. There are people in Hollywood that have told Kamran and Lord Toranaga that it's chaos there still. I know so much about what's going on, what has gone on with Kathleen Kennedy herself and her relations with directors and everything, that it's mind-boggling. And these are stories that need to get out. And I think once she makes the announcement that she's retiring, sooner rather than later, that it's over. You know, a lot of people imagine that she's in control of Lucasfilm, and she's not. Okay, she just got back to California from London and Italy. You know, the house is still for sale. I found a house on Trulia today that it was pretty much the same kind of setup, same area, Carbon Mesa Road. $4 million cheaper. So if she wants to sell that house, they're going to have to drop the price, but I think it's just going to sit there because apparently that kind of real estate doesn't move very fast. All right. The Chinese aren't buying up any property anymore. The Russians aren't. And Hollywood folk don't want it because it's bad juju to them. Okay. So what I suggest is if you're on the X platform, hit up Frank Marshall. You can find him. It's at Le Doctor. That's his account. And just say, when is Kathy going to announce her retirement? Okay. Because it's unfair to her family, him, their daughters. It's unfair to the employees at Lucasfilm who don't know what their future is. And it's unfair to the fans and even to the Disney rank and file. Okay. I do not begrudge Bob Iger wanting to see the stock price go up. Okay. I don't begrudge CEOs the money they make. All right. I'm not one of those people. So if you want to add your voice so that eventually, if somehow, some way, she sees it or hears it from Frank, hit him up on X. Okay, he's also on Instagram. But I do expect the Writers Guild to come up with an agreement with AMPTP and the strike to be over. Which is, here's how you look at this. That's what you want to have happen. Because then we might be able to see dots being connected. Okay, other than that, it's been quiet, really quiet with Lucasfilm. Disney's trying to pretty much blocked up the leaks that have been going on. And, you know, which lets morons of the fandom menace and others to make up stories, make up shit. This is Steph, signing out. I'll see you around the galaxy.